We are back with our first review of 2024, and we are kicking things off with a fun one. My name is Colin, and I'm joined today by our resident play specialist, Autumn. Autumn, what's the word of the day?
Technique.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one, and it's very relevant for our review of this set. So today we are reviewing the Family Reunion Celebration set. It is the largest and newest of the Chinese New Year sets, and we're going to split this up into 5 important sections: the build process, including building techniques, the minifigs, playability, the value as a parts pack, as well as the value as a display set. So at the end, we'll give you our overall rating and tell you how we plan on giving this set a facelift. You ready?
Yeah.
The Family Reunion Celebration is an 8+ set, which struck me as a bit low. There were a number of places in the set that used more complex building techniques, plus there were a lot of tiles and jumper plates placed along the sidewalk and the base of the set. As we'll discuss later, that's reminiscent of a modular building.
There were also some spots in the instructions where the colors were confusing. For instance, the reddish brown looked like dark brown. Plus, the pieces added in each step were not highlighted in red like they usually are.
You do get 2 instruction manuals with this set, splitting the first 2 levels from the rest. Honestly, for a real family building experience, 3 manuals would be better. One for the ground level, another for the second level, and the last one for the roof and other mini builds such as the food carts.
I really like how they build the windows. How did they do that?
Lots and lots of snot. The new-ish 1x1 with 1x2 brackets are used in the corners, along with 1x1 bricks with studs on multiple sides. Then the pearl gold fences are capped with a 1x4 medium nougat tile. It all fits together seamlessly and looks fantastic.
What about the fish tank?
Ooh, I like the fish tank because it's not too complex. It does sit on jumper plates, which added some spice to the build. You use 2 1x6x3 windshields sandwiched around the fish. I've built some tanks prior in the pet shop and corner garage modulars, and this one is the biggest and certainly on par with those in terms of complexity. What else do you like?
The entrance where you order and pay is nicely built, especially with more fence pieces placed vertically, and it's cool how they did the stripes on the flooring. It wasn't a tough technique, but it adds to the set's character.
That, I think, sums up the build experience. Thoughtful and pretty thorough. I can't say there was any one moment where my mind was blown by a building technique, but from the stairs to the large table, the artist's stand to the florist's awning, the roof trim to the window trim, and the fish tank to the restaurant sign, this was an enjoyable build. There were some tedious parts when constructing the dark green angled roof sections though, and you have to apply about 25 stickers, including some on round tiles.
So you'd recommend the build experience?
For sure, I would give it probably an 8 out of 10. I would also rate the set as a 10+ set. Let's get into the minifigs. Autumn, what can you tell about those?
13 minifigs. And I really like the kids and the guy in the lion costume. He's cool.
This set does a great job of mixing in recent torsos with new ones, such as the elderly gentleman with the camera. His light blade cardigan sweater torso has so far only appeared in last year's Alpine Lodge. The karaoke singer's face is brand new, according to Brickset.
The dark azure jacket torsos are also new, and you get 2 of them in the set. The girl and the grandmother have brand new bright light orange torsos. That cool lion costume torso and hat piece are new, as are the torsos for each of the waitstaff.
Added up, that means over half of the minifigs in this set are wearing never-seen-before torsos. This is yet another aspect of the large Chinese New Year sets that fans appreciate. So how would you rate the minifigs?
A 10 for sure.
Moving on to playability, I'm going to hand things over to our resident play expert. You ready?
Yeah. It's really fun that you can walk in the entrance and you have the little cashier with the big sign behind it. You can order your food and have the waitstaff bring it to your table. That huge table on the second floor is great. You can fit 6 people around it, big enough for a huge family. The stairs are a nice inclusion because you can get from the first floor to the second, but there aren't any stairs to the roof. I don't like how the bathroom is situated right on the top of the stairs. It's awkward to get into and you can't even open the door all the way.
How would you rate the playability?
An 8. It's pretty good. For an analysis of the pieces, I'm going to hand it over to our piece specialist. Take it away.
All right, let's talk about parts. You know, Lego sets are the best way to get cheap Lego pieces, especially if it's in the genre in which you build. So for instance, I love building buildings, and this presents a great opportunity to get pieces that will fit nicely into my collection. Generally speaking, the pieces in this set are excellent. If you're looking for some new or rare elements, you are in luck. We get a brand new lattice fence in pearl gold that has a circular pattern. There are 19 in this set and 3 in the new Monkey Kid Megapolis set. I imagine we'll get more of these, perhaps in a different color, in future Ninjago sets. Also appearing in its first sets is the ramen printed tile. You get 7 in the set officially, with 1 extra, which is a great quantity. Speaking of food, there is a new peach piece, but this time in bright pink. There are 3 in this set, along with some in the Megapolis. Beyond that, the light aqua flower stem piece appears in that color for just the 2nd time. The tea saucer appears in black for just the 4th time. The rounded 1x3 plate in dark tan appears in just its 5th set, as do the black candle flame pieces. I also like that we're getting some 3x3 corner pieces and rounded corner plates as well. These are not brand new, but they're still relatively new in my collection. Sets are, of course, more than just new and rare elements, and that's where this set is a little bit of a mixed bag. Mock building often requires a large quantity of pieces, and this set gives us 99 dark green ingots, which is more than all other sets with that piece combined. We also get 35 dark tan 1x2 door rail pieces and 34 in dark red. Plus, there are over 200 tiles, which represents over 11% of all pieces in the set. Those are huge pluses. But for a building, there is a lack of bricks. You get a total of 32 sand green bricks, which is pretty low for a set that features the color prominently. The low number of bricks is due to the panels and fences that comprise the facade, as well as the sand green grill pieces on the corners. You also get 46 dark tan 1x1 bricks, which is nice, but as they say, man shall not live on 1x1 bricks alone. Indeed, there are a total of 155 bricks in this set, which comes in at just under 9% of its pieces. If you add in the 104 modified bricks, including some great sand green snot bricks, you're at just over 13% bricks. For a building, that lags behind other sets in the city and creator lines, which tend to be around 15 to 20% nowadays. Finally, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that both stickers for the sign had a printing flaw. They look worn in the same spot on each. I don't think that was by design.
What are you rating the pieces then?
Well, you know, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think more bricks would have been nice.
How well does this set look next to others?
You know, the Family Reunion Celebration set isn't your typical display set because it's made for the 8+ crowd. But the good news is it's not so small that it gets dwarfed by other sets, and yet it's not so big that it will just be imposing next to other smaller sets.
Next to some normal-sized sets, like the Forest Hideout or the original Garden Inn, it looks pretty good. It's not too big, but definitely stands out. Next to bigger sets, though, it won't get lost.
I wanted to see how it looks next to modular buildings, because earlier I mentioned that the tile work by the sidewalks fits in with the modular buildings, and I think it looks decent. Its level of detail and street charm fit in with a busy modular city, even though it is a pretty short building.
So, are we gonna customize it?
You know what? I think we are going to do that because that's a really good idea. I think it's very customizable for a modular street. I think that the footprint is a little irregular, and of course there's no back to the set, so you're gonna have to add some stuff with your own pieces. But the nice thing is, if you take this left side of the building right here and you kind of chop it off and use those pieces to extend this side back like a normal corner, so you have one side here and one side there, I think it'll fit in nicely. Again, if you have enough pieces, it will work. You just have to supplement it the right way. Now, of course, I shared my thoughts on how to modularize this set when it was first announced, and so I go into more detail as to what that might look like. You can access that video by clicking on the card right above Autumn's head.
How would you rate the display value?
You know, I'm going to give it a 7 as it is, but there's room to grow. If you modularize it, I think it'll be higher than a 7. Where does that leave the set overall?
A 41 out of 50. Is it worth the $140 price tag?
You know, I definitely think it is. You get over 1,800 pieces for the $140, 13 minifigs. That's pretty good value. Many of those minifigs, as we mentioned earlier, are unique. So I strongly recommend this set if you are a fan of the Chinese New Year sets. If you are a mock builder and you want these pieces to store in your collection, I think they'll serve you pretty well. And of course, if you are a modular fan, you collect modulars, or you want to build custom modular buildings, this set works pretty nicely for that. At the end, I'm pretty glad we got this set.
Me too.
All right, well, thanks for watching. Hey, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our video where we customize this into a modular building. And always remember to keep building together.
How well does the set look next to others?
You know, the family reunion celebration. Let's try that again.